Hello, welcome back. Today is another great day to talk about Anaconda. People usually ask me, what do I use for Python, Anaconda or other IDE? I use both. I use Anaconda and also I use Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, it's a very great Visual Studio, idea I will talk about another day, but today specifically I will talk about Anaconda, especially if you are a data scientist or machine learning specialist or data whatever, anyone who can work with data. I think this is really great. So let's go down to install. I'm not going to install because I have it already. Install individual edition. It says download and it takes you all the way down. Then you choose your operating system. For me, this one, if I click it, it will be downloaded. So you download this, and by clicking a couple of times, you install Anaconda. After that, what you should do is actually then Anaconda, and then you just open from here. Great. Then you wait until it opens. May take a couple of minutes maybe. Let me see. Yeah, I think now it's opened already, as you can see. Okay, so by now I have different CMD prompt, Jupyter Lab, Notebook, PowerShell prompt, IPython, Spider, VS Code is also here already. Even RStudio is here. But the best feature I like is the Notebook. I like Notebook. So I clicked on Notebook. I think it will open after. Did I click on it? I think it's a bit troll. Yeah, so it's stuck a bit, so it will open soon. Yeah, it's opened actually. Yes, so when it opens, it looks like this. So it gives you just navigation. It shows you what you have on your computer. So I want to go to the desktop, and from here I can create a folder. Actually, I can create a folder or a text file or a Python file, but I have already created a folder here, and in this file also I stored a CSV file already. I prepared for this one. I download this one from Kaggle, but I prepared this folder for this tutorial. Now it's time to create like a Python. So you can give it any name you want. So without any extension, I can call it Anaconda tutorial or test or tutorial, whatever you want. So Anaconda tutorial. So just then what you should do, maybe I think sometimes it's also good to use some text. This is meant for Anaconda tutorial. Actually, it's not Anaconda tutorial. I could say it a Jupyter notebook, as you can see. Jupyter notebook. Great. So then what, as you can see, it's marked down. So you can write text 2. Why not? And then shift enter. Now let's start writing Python. Print I really love Python. Great. So let's do some arithmetics. Yes, we are doing 1 plus 2, and let's do also 2 plus 3. Great. And let's 3 minus 1, and everybody knows this, and 3 times 2. And now let's divide 3 by 2, and of course 3 times this. Yeah, so easy to use, right? So this is actually the power of 3, the power of 2 is 9. and maybe remainder for modulus 2 it will be 0, for modulus 3 it should be 1, and even for actually even Python to have this floor division. For instance, if I divide maybe 7 by 3, let's see what we get. Actually we got 2. That means how many times we can divide 7? 2 times. We don't care about the remainder, but floor division without the remainder, so we can use this double slash. Yeah, so this is how you use. But today I would like to show you how we import file from here, because it's I have here this CSV file, and then I will import it here. First, import pandas as PD, and import numpy as np. Now, why node module pandas? Yeah, I made a mistake. Pandas. Great, now it's imported. Now let's import here. And sometimes it's also good to have some comment. Importing important package here. And now we're actually reading the data. So we df, that means like data frame, and then panda.read, actually read this one. Whenever you click the tab, it gives you options. So I want to read the CSV, and then I have something. If you do something like this, actually the name starts with some X, if you remember the file. So, and if you press tab, it will finish for you, so you select it. And now let's do this. If you don't have any error, that means it's right. Then df. As you can see, now you got the data. Now we are on the stage of data exploration. Data exploration means actually understanding your data, what it has, how many observations does it have, how many attributes or columns does it have. So we are on the stage of data exploration. I will show you the data exploration part. Okay, so let's see df.info. And df.info actually gives you data about this information. If there is missing data, actually there is no missing data. Actually there is no missing data. All the 48 observations are there, nothing missed. So, and again, for instance, if we are interested in the columns, df.columns, and then you do this, yeah, we can get all the columns like this. But we can also store the columns instead of just leaving like that, columns, and let's just columns, and you get the columns. Great. Next, for instance, this doesn't show the last. We may be interested in the first few observations, so we can say head. So this head actually gives you the first 5 observation. Maybe you can also say df and head by passing some argument over here. It could be 10 or 15 or 25, and you can get the first 25 observation to understand this data, because we are on the data exploration part of data analysis or data science or machine learning. That is the first stage, right? Yes, I hope so. df.tell and gives you the last. As you can see, yeah, the last. Again, by passing different argument, you can change the number of observation you want to get in the end. That's great. Now let's move on. df.describe is very common. This actually gives you descriptive data analysis already. Yes, so in this observation, what is this visited resources is number, raise hands are numbers. All the numerical part of this observation or rows are actually calculated and gives you the mean of raised hands. It is this 46 visited resources, 54 announcement views. Yeah, those are the mean, standard deviation, the minimum, maximum, and the 25th percentile and 50th percentile. So what we saw now is actually how to use Anaconda and how to use Jupyter Notebook for Python and for data analysis. So remember, you can also use this, for instance, to add extra. You can do this just, or you can just also remove by click, and this you click, or you can just shift, enter, and yeah, you can use the shortcuts if you don't, the menu here if you don't know the shortcuts. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you got something. In the next time, I will prepare a full-fledged data analysis tutorial, and see you soon in another tutorial.